Well, folks, the toilet has not been working for a long time. In fact, when a toilet is not working, you don't want just water to cycle through your toilet all the time. So you have an on and off valve that'll just turn the water to the toilet off. And so what we've been doing is turning it on when we need it. Not professional. No excuse for it. I changed the flapper. That didn't fix it. This is the problem, folks. Right here. We're going to replace all that up there. There's a little piece in this piece of the toilet that's probably broken. That's typical of what it is. We're just going to replace it all today. We're going to put a brand new filler in because this one's old and brittle. We're going to take the whole top of the commode off, and we're replacing it with this universal toilet kit. We're overhauling her. We're giving the stool a complete overhaul.
First thing you want to do is make sure that the back of the tank is empty. Doesn't matter about what's in the toilet, but the back of the tank. We're just taking the lid off. We're taking the handle off. Let's get started. Now, I'm pretty sure this is the only problem that we really truly have, but we're going to replace it all because that's all pretty brittle. With the tank being empty, we are going to disconnect the water supply line to the tank. Simple, very simple process. Just turn that nut off. Then there are 2 bolts that need to come off, and that will take the tank off of the stool. So when you remove the tank, it'll have a rubber gasket, okay, which is really, really not rubbery anymore. And just simple, okay? And those will be brass. Otherwise, they'll rust up. So my wife got some old towels because it's going to make a mess, I guarantee you. And of course, I didn't tell you, but it should be going without saying, I guess. Drain that down as much as you can. You have to shut your water main off too. Your main going to your toilet, okay? Not your main to your house, but your main to your toilet. At that point, this should just lift right upsies, and it did. Just a friendly reminder here, you are working with porcelain. Okay, so there's your old, kind of your buffer, if you will. It's not a gasket, it's more of a buffer. Little plumber's tool, those are handy. And I always end up throwing these in my plumbing toolbox because you just never know. You end up fixing something for somebody else down the way, and it seems like they always break something and it's on a holiday or something. That was barely on there, folks, which is fine. Remember, when working on porcelain, you don't want to get too wrenchy on things because you will crack it. So we have our good brass bolt, our old, what I'm going to call a tower. That's what I used to call them anyways. And there's nothing wrong with that float valve. So I save that. And that flapper is brand new. And this actually could have been reused, really, truthfully. I always leave little notes for my wife, just in case something would happen to me. She would have something to remember me by. Just go like this. I always do it. Now, I like to inspect my parts and just make sure that it's good quality. And if not, I would have taken it back and got something of better quality. Turns out this Universal brand looks great. Very happy with the parts. All right, so the tower, remember, it went right here. And before I get too crazy here, we have to put our seal on, our rubber seal. When I was a kid, actually when I was dating my wife, I was an apprentice plumber. I got my beautiful camera lady, Liberty, filming for me today. And she is absolutely gorgeous. freckles, blonde hair, blue eyes, beautiful name. She is gorgeous. And I think she has every boy in the church chasing her. Am I embarrassing you? Not really. This is a pretty simple process where you're just installing the new. Take your nut off and install. Make sure your gasket is on properly and put that nut on finger tight. That's all. Don't get excited about this. You can do this. So we're just going to place this through magically, and we're going to put that where we need to. The nut, we're going to just come back through, obviously. Oh, this is backward threads. That's kind of interesting. And we'll just give her a tightness. My wife's pink crescent wrench. There's a reason I went with a pink crescent wrench. What I did is one Mother's Day, I just painted a bunch of tools up for my wife, just generics for her little toolbox. And that way I wouldn't be taking them outside and everybody knew that's Mama's, and keep it inside the house. Okay, to the flapper, we're just going to hook on to the last one. Your toilet might be different. I don't know where mine is going to sit. We'll do all the fine tuning. We're going to give this thing a carb job here. Right now we're just overhauling the engine. There we are. Well, it's probably going to have to be shortened up, but that'll work for now. So on this part here, we have our new bolt. We're just going to, and I did have to cheat and read the directions here, folks. I really did. I'm going to just go ahead and put both of them in. And what it recommends to do is unique. So we're just going to put this on here. And like I said, I did cheat here, folks. I did cheat here. This goes on here like so. And oops. Oh, I'm dropping everything. Just want you to know, if you can flush a toilet, you can rebuild a toilet. Very simple project here. Save you hundreds of dollars. Do not over tighten this bolt, because if you do, you will be buying yourself a new porcelain commode. Lighter is better. Okay, so I've got these all tightened up, and on them there, I did read the direction because I've never actually seen a set like that put together, which is actually way better than what I normally see, I should say. I actually thought that was really slick. So this is installed, these are installed, this is installed, this is really literally ready to put back on the toilet, and we'll fasten it down. And at that point, we have to fill it up with water and make sure everything is adjusted properly. This is not rocket science. So we're just going to line up our two bolts in the back here. And remember, we don't want to break that. That's the only tricky part about it, is that, the breaking part. Okay, so that's set there carefully. Let's go ahead and install another rubber gasket. And the whole reason for that rubber gasket is so there's just a little bit of play in there. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and install that rubber gasket there. Remember, your rubber gasket is mainly there so that there's just a little bit of play. Then you want to install your washer, and after your washer, put your nut on. Okay, folks, for the moment of truth, we got these tightened up. Everything is installed. Got the water line hooked up. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's alive! Oh, give my creation life. There we go. What are you thinking, Libs? All the excitement. All for the satisfaction
of a job. Well done. Love you.
Love you too.
When are you gonna pay me back for those braces? Huh? Huh? When? Tell you what, girl.
I'd rather not have them.
Oh, I see how it is.
So it stopped immediately, which is good. Let's try it. That is a good sound, folks. Good sound. Wasn't much adjusting here. Now, this one here was a 1991 toilet. Yep. October 28th, 1991, Stanford, model 4034. Okay. And tell you, these were a bigger flusher. They had more water. And so this one here I can see is probably the smaller flusher, because it's only going to allow to fill up to right about there, I imagine. And my other one, I was able to get it all the way up to here, which is a sad day. Use less water, but you have more problems with plugging as well. Okay. Any leaks? Oh, yep, sure enough. The chain was in between the rubber there. Now it won't leak. See that chain? That's not supposed to be loose like that. We'll have to tighten it up a bit. You don't want that loose. Otherwise, what happens is the chain gets stuck under the rubber, and then you have a small trickle. See how that works? Chain gets stuck in there. See it? See it? So we gotta tighten that chain up. All right, look at there, folks. Now we got her. The chain can't get stuck underneath the rubber. Awesome. And carefully install that. And this stool needs to be cleaned back up again, but has had a complete overhaul. Folks, that's how you rebuild a commode. Pretty simple. Anybody can do her. Anybody can do it. Folks, love you all. Thank you for watching. Hope this video helped you. Yep, it's not professional. It's not. Just do it out of the kindness of my own heart. Out of my own heart. God bless you. May God bless our republic for which it stands. This is Luke Simons. Till next time, happy trails.